Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing an affordable drugstore glowing natural makeup look. I get so many requests from you guys to do more like glowing looks that are still going to last all day long and that are also affordable. So that's what we're going to do today. And today's video is actually in collaboration with one of my favorite drugstore brands, Nude by Nature. It's an Australian brand. They are completely cruelty-free and PETA certified, and all of their products are made from 100% naturally derived ingredients. So it's all really amazing natural things that are good for your skin, and they're obviously good for the environment. But yeah, I've spoken about them in plenty of other videos, so I am very excited to be teaming up with them today. But yes, without further rambling, let's jump straight into the video and let's get my skin looking a whole lot glowier than it is looking right now. Okay, so first up, I'm going to start by prepping my skin, and to do that, I'm going to be using the Nude by Nature Mineral Primer. I actually used this primer all through high school. It was like my ride or die. It smells absolutely beautiful and it's very lightweight on the skin, which I really like. But yeah, I was very into like mineral makeup going through high school and things like that because, you know, it was sort of, I was first just starting to wear makeup. Oh, this is like throwback like you wouldn't believe. I'm like picturing running for the bus. I remember doing my makeup before school. Oh! So this primer creates a really great base for the foundation. It works quite well with my oily skin, but I love how tacky it gets because I feel like it really grips the makeup onto my skin and helps it last all day long. It's absolutely beautiful. And before we actually go in with foundation, because I want to create a really glowing look, I'm actually going to use a little bit of a cream highlighter just on the high points of my face to really give my skin a nice sheen. So this is the highlight stick in Champagne, and what I really like about the Nude by Nature highlight sticks is they actually dry down to a powdery finish. They don't leave like an oily, greasy residue on the skin, so they're perfectly okay for any of you with oily combo skin types. Basically just going to put this on the high points of my skin, and then we're going to be applying foundation over the top. I personally am not a massive fan of applying cream highlighters after foundation because I just find that they don't last as well on my skin, unless, as I said, they do dry down to a really nice powdery finish. But applying it first just gives the skin the most beautiful glow and it makes it super natural. It's perfect for every day. So I'm sort of just doing like above my brows, my nose, my cheekbones obviously, also on my chin and my cupid's bow. Man, my skin has not been behaving lately. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Flawless Liquid Foundation. I did feature this in a video a couple of months ago, I believe. I really like this one because it's got a beautiful natural sort of satin finish, but it still lasts really well on my oily skin. As you guys know, with me being so oily, it is an absolute nightmare to find foundations that still look beautiful and natural, but actually will last the test of time during the day. Now, the thing about this foundation is it does dry down fairly quickly, so it's best to work in sort of small sections at a time. I like to use a buffing brush, just dipping straight into the foundation, and then I'll start working on small sections of my face, just gently stippling and buffing that into the skin. Now, as per all of the other products, this foundation is obviously made with a bunch of amazing and natural ingredients. I know it's got Kakadu plum in it for skin health and improving skin texture. I know that it's got bamboo powder in it to give like a really nice soft focus look. It helps to like basically like blur fine lines and, you know, minimize pores and things like that. The thing that I also really love about this one is it gives like really amazing like full coverage to the skin, but at the same time it keeps the skin looking quite natural. That's pretty hard to find in a foundation. A lot of full coverage foundations, you know, they kind of like crack and they can look sort of like very unskin-like on the skin. Does that make any sense? But yeah, this one looks beautiful and soft. So as I said earlier, I'm going back in, I'm taking small amounts of the product, because like I said, it does dry down quite quick, and then I am buffing it gently. I'm mostly using stippling and buffing motions. It's sort of working it into the skin this way. It makes it look even more natural. Now I am actually going to be doing like a very sort of low-key natural eyeshadow look today. So I am going to work that foundation over my eyelids as well. For those of you who will be wanting to know, this does come in 20 different shades, and it is available obviously in Australia, but it's also available at a bunch of different international stockists. I feel very proud that an Australian brand has, you know, been that successful and that popular here in Australia that it's now stocked internationally. It's so exciting. But yeah, you can also buy it online or at the international stockist. So I'll pop all of like their website and information down below so that you can have a look yourself. And the foundation is oil and fragrance free as well, which is also cool. Look how beautiful and natural that looks on my skin and like glowy. See how my skin's got a really nice soft glow. It's covered up all of the redness and dark under eye circles, but at the same time, it still looks like skin. Like it doesn't look like I'm wearing like a film over my face. Absolutely, genuinely love this star. That's why I've featured it before. All right, now that my foundation's done, I'm gonna quickly do my brows off camera because you guys have seen me do them a million times, and I'll be right back. All right, so my brows are done and I've zoomed you guys in a little bit, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer to both my under eye areas and also just over my eyelids to prime them a little bit for the eyeshadows that I'm gonna be using. This is the Nude by Nature Flawless Concealer. This is another really long wearing product. It still leaves a nice satin finish on the skin, so it still does look quite natural, which is great, and it's in a stick form, so it's really easy to apply. So what I'm going to do is apply it just to the under eye area. Again, you guys have seen me use this product a bunch of times, so it's not going to be anything new. So this concealer's got a bunch of the same amazing ingredients that are great for your skin as the foundation, but it just looks super natural, and at the same time it'll last you all day long, which is amazing. So underneath the eyes, where I always apply it, down the center of my nose, also my forehead and my chin are sort of the general areas where I typically apply concealer. Like I said, I'm going to be using it to prime my lids as well. So I'm just applying a little bit on my lids. Don't go overboard when using a concealer to prime your eyelids because that is what can cause creasing. Just use only small amounts. And then I'm just going to start blending that into the skin using my finger. I typically find that stick concealers or even more emollient kind of creamy concealers, it's always easier to apply it with your finger because they actually warm up with the heat of your body. And typically, you know, liquid concealers, I always apply them with a blending sponge, but stick concealers, they do need to kind of warm up and really melt into the skin, so it's great to use your fingers. Oh, sorry, for reference, I'm shade number 3 Shell Beige in the concealer, and let me check the foundation. I go between 2 shades in the foundation, so W7 Spiced Sand and also W8 Classic Tan. I kind of go between them. Okay, so that concealer is really melting into the skin now. I'm gonna go back in with the buffing brush that I used earlier, and I'm gonna start blending it out on my chin and also sort of melting it into the foundation under my eyes, on my nose. I love this buffing brush. It's so densely packed, but at the same time it's very, very soft. So it's safe to actually use it to blend concealer on top of foundation because it doesn't remove the foundation underneath. My little friend has arrived. Do you want to come and say hello? Come on. So pretty sure you guys have all met Georgie before. Oh, you like my foundation? Oh, you're so cute. She just came hurtling up the stairs because the postman came, and you don't like the postman, do you? You want to stay in here with me? Okay. Okay, so now that I've got my foundation and concealer all on, I obviously need to set this down. For those of you with drier skin types, you might not necessarily even need to take the extra step. I obviously do. I'm going to be using the Mineral Finishing Veil by Nude by Nature. This stuff is a really awesome finely milled mineral powder, all skin types. It's very, very smooth, and again, it lasts a very, very long time on the skin. Does a great job at setting the makeup down, and I'm basically picking it up. Now, mineral powders are a little bit different to work with than regular translucent setting powders. You guys know I'm obsessed with translucent setting powders. These you kind of need to warm the pigments up with your brush and then go in and apply them. This one in particular is perfect for all skin tones. It's basically translucent, like it doesn't leave any color on the skin, but you'll notice as I set down the makeup that it doesn't completely mattify it. That's another really awesome thing about mineral pigments and powders. They just look so natural on the skin. And also I'm really keen on doing, you know, powder foundations for oily skin. Let me guys know if you're interested in seeing that. I'd love to show it to you. So when I touch my skin there, it feels completely matte, but see how it's still got like a bit of luminosity to it. It's still got depth. It doesn't look, I don't know, like a mask. Also using this powder to set down my eyelids. It's completely translucent, so like I said, it's not going to alter, you know, the way your foundation looks or anything. All right, so now that the skin is set down, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some shadows to the eyes. I'm actually gonna be using a contour palette to do that today. Nude by Nature's got some amazing, amazing eyeshadows. Like, look how gorgeous this eyeshadow palette here is. Hi. It's gorgeous. I'm dying to dive into these navies. I mean, hello. Oh my god, they're so pigmented. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to play with this palette in another video. Look at those colors. Yes. I might actually use a bronze out of that, maybe. We'll see. But I'm actually going to be creating structure and definition to my eye using the contour palette. All of their palettes and things come in this amazing rose gold packaging. I'm going to take the darkest shade from this contour palette, just on a large fluffy brush, and I'm going to start working that one through the crease. I really want today's, most of the focus to be on the skin with today's video, because I want it to be like really natural and glowing and kind of more like an everyday look. And we're not going to go too overboard on the eyes. And contour palettes are amazing to use on the eyes as well. Like it's less products that you have to pack if you're traveling. It's less products that you need to buy. They work amazingly as eyeshadows. They're very easy to blend because they're designed to be blended out on the cheeks. It works. It works. Now this contour palette comes with a sort of cooler shade, a bronzy shade, and then a highlighting shade. So I'm now going to take the bronzy shade from the middle, and I'm basically going to work that one just over the top of that, just adding some warmth. And then once we're done that, we'll move on to contouring the cheeks. Look how soft that looks. It looks like I've spent half an hour blending out an amazing brown smoky eye. Honestly, using contour palettes on the eyes, best. All right, sticking with that same palette, I'm gonna start contouring my cheeks now. I'm just basically mixing both of those shades, and I'm gonna start applying that. These powders are very soft, they're very pigmented and very easy to blend, which is always good and obviously super affordable. Just softly adding that. As always, start with only small amounts of products, guys. I say this in pretty much every video. Don't go in and like go crazy and then go straight onto your cheek, because that's how your contour can end up sort of muddy looking. You really want to just take it nice and slowly. My brushes are so soft as well. This is the 04 contour brush. And I'm going to start adding that around my hairline as well. I look bronzed. I feel like glowing skin goes hand in hand with like bronzeness. Bronzeness, is that even a word? All right, so next up you want to take a highlighting palette or a highlighting powder, completely up to you. This is one by Nude by Nature. This is just their highlight palette. It's super pretty, again, gorgeous rose gold packaging. I like this one too because it doubles as a blush as well. Like it's got 3 different highlighting shades in it, so you can pretty much pick and choose where you want to use each one. But to get this makeup to look super, super glowy, we're going to go nuts on these highlighters, and they're beautiful and smooth and pigmented. We're also going to be applying them to the eyes, the nose, the lips, pretty much putting it everywhere. So I'm going to start out with the darkest shade in this palette first and pick that up on the same brush that I used earlier. And I'm just going to be gently tapping that on the apples of my cheeks to kind of warm up the area there. Using a deeper highlight shade as a blush, or even just using a blush with a bit of a sheen to it, is going to give your skin a beautiful luminous glow. I'm then going to take the lightest shade in this palette and I'm going to start applying it on my cheekbones. These are super pigmented. I mean, look at that. So as always, go easier. Like if you don't want to be that glowing, tap off a lot of the excess off your brush and then go in. But if you do want to look that glowing, they're beautiful and pigmented, smooth, easy to blend. They're just amazing. Look at that. Is that a joke? Hi, I am glowing. Hi. To get this look super glowing, you want to apply highlighter in a lot of different areas of the face, and then I'm going to show you a little trick on how to tone it down and how to get it to last all day. And then using a fingertip, I'm going to pack that onto my lids, really concentrating it on the inner third, and this is just going to give this amazing glowy look to the eyes without it being, again, too over the top, keeping it super natural. And don't worry, I know that my highlighter on my face looks a little OTT, but it's meant to at this point. Now, something that you might not know about highlighter is packing it on like this really, really heavy and then kind of leaving it while you do a couple of the other things. It sort of works in a similar way to baking, and it really locks it in place all day long. We are going to, ease it down and bring it down just a notch to make it a little bit more, natural and wearable, but it kind of works in a similar way to baking, and it really presses it into the foundation, makes it look a lot more natural and seamless with the skin. It's a really, really good way to do it. And of course, most important, the brow bone. We want to get lots of highlight on the brow bone. My eyebrows are a little bit unruly at the minute because I'm growing them out to show you guys how I actually trim them down. It's a process. Okay, so now coming back to the skin to bring it all down, take the same brush that you used earlier, and you essentially just want to gently kind of buff it over the areas where you've applied that highlighter. It's going to really melt it into the skin. It's going to lock it in place all day long, and just make it look super natural. See the difference that that's made? It looks a lot more, like I'm naturally glowing, as opposed to that girl's got a lot of highlighter on. I look so bizarre without any mascara on. I kind of like it though. I'm going to put mascara on, but yeah, it's different. Buffing all of that through. so glowy, but will stay in place. It's essentially like setting the face again. I want to keep the eyes super low key, so I'm just going to apply some mascara now. This is the Allure Defining Mascara. If you've got sensitive eyes, you'll absolutely love this mascara. It doesn't cause any stinging or burning or anything. All right, I'm going to finish this mascara off camera, chuck some lashes on, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I've chucked some lashes and some lipstick on as well. The cool thing about this look is because it's so neutral everywhere else, on the cheeks and on the eyes, you can pretty well wear any kind of lipstick that you want. But if you want it to look extra, you know, glowy, extra fresh and kind of dewy, I always recommend using a gloss and just sort of adding it to the middle of your lids. Just make everything look a whole lot shinier. And then I do also like to just kind of push that in, so it looks super natural. So there you have it, guys. A drugstore affordable, super glowy makeup look that's perfect for everyday sort of natural wear. Like I said earlier, Nude by Nature is a brand that I've been using for a very long time now, all through school. I've always loved the products, and I love that it's all natural and cruelty free. This look will get you through the entire day. Very long lasting. Definitely add a spritz of setting spray if you are like me and are super oily. But other than that, it's going to keep you looking super dewy and super fresh. Obviously, the main points: use a foundation that has a satin finish that's still going to last all day. Don't go for something that dries down to a very matte finish, because that's what gives you that really matte effect. And like I said, go nuts on the highlighter. Let it sit for a little while, and then basically it's like baking. Tap off the excess, apply a little bit more setting powder over the top, and your glow will last all day long. So yes, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's one brand tutorial. If you would like to see more of these using only one brand for the whole video, please let me know in the comments down below. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye!